Hello, and welcome to Cooking with Todd. This is Todd. For today's video, I'm going to be roasting some pumpkins to turn into puree, which I'm going to can. So, you're going to need pie pumpkins. These are both pie pumpkins. This is smaller pumpkins I just bought at my local store. And this is a pie pumpkin I bought at my farmer's market. Now, 3 of these, which were, I think, like $2.68 or something like that at my local store. This was $2.75. I can get about three of these small ones out of one of these. So I ended up getting like 100 of these from my local farmer's market. I ended up buying every single pumpkin they had that yesterday, and I think I got like 25 of these. I already got most of these roasted up. I actually have a batch I just pulled out of the oven not too long ago, and I got another batch back here I already got ready to go in. So I'm trying to make this a little of an easier video so I don't have to really edit it. So what you're going to want to do to get these roasted, I'm going to set this one off into the sink. You're going to want to wash any dirt that may be on the pumpkin. And I like to chop the top off like that. And of course, a video I don't want to really edit, something goes wrong. So I just chop the top off. Then you're going to need to scrape all of the insides out. If you want to keep those and keep the seeds, I actually had a seed and now it's in the sink. But if you want to keep the seeds and dry those out and roast those, you can. If you want to keep them and dry them out to plant, go ahead and do that. But you're going to want to get all the insides scraped out like I have here. And then you're going to want to rub the inside and then the out like that right there with some sort of oil. I'm just using avocado oil. That's what I use for everything pretty much. Then you're going to want to add salt. I just have my salt shaker there. And I just salt the entire thing fairly liberally because you're trying to salt the entire pumpkin here. So I have that pumpkin that is ready to go. These I actually roasted last night, but I checked them this morning. They were just sitting on the top of my stove. I covered them with foil. I checked them and they weren't quite done yet. And how you'll check them, you just use a fork, you just kind of poke the flesh, and you'll want it to be soft, kind of like what you're looking for in a baked potato or sweet potatoes. And you're just going to want to peel the skin off. These are still fairly hot. These came out like 20 minutes ago. But you're going to want to peel the skin off. I don't know why this one's not wanting to cooperate right now. Normally, it'll be like this, and I can just peel it off real easy. I don't know why that one's not wanting to do it. But that's normally how they peel. And I just have these sitting on a cookie sheet. And I put them on my, I don't know what shelf it is. It's the second from the bottom of my oven. That's kind of why the bottom looks so dark. But it doesn't really get onto the flesh. It's just on the skin. So that way they kind of get cooked a little faster. It still takes an hour, but my oven is literally as big as my cookie sheet, so there is really no heat that kind of goes up the sides and the back and the front. The cookie sheet just takes the brunt of all the heat, so just makes everything take a little longer, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and just peel all of these. And then once all of these are peeled, I put them in my blender. And let me grab the pot that I have it in. I just put it in my blender and puree it. And this is what it looks like. On some of them, I did have to add a little bit of water. So I think in total I've added maybe a cup of water to all of this. But that's kind of what you're looking for. And this will thicken up when it's going to cook even further in the jars when I can all of this. So I'm hoping it thickens up a little more to more closely resemble store-bought. But that's the end product and everything. But I do not know why this one is being stubborn. It does not want to peel. And for the meantime, I just throw everything in the sink. And then, see, like that's normally what's supposed to happen. Then this right here is just dried out pumpkin. So I'm just leaving that on. It will rehydrate. Now you probably could scoop this out and make it a little easier. That's what I did last night, and that was easy. I was just kind of wanting this to just peel off and make it a lot faster. But that's not happening. So I'm going to go ahead and just get all of these peeled up, get everything pureed, and I will bring you back for the canning process. I've already been at this for about 12 hours now. This is going to take a while. I've only got maybe 2 of these large pumpkins roasted, so it's going to take quite a while to finish the rest of these up, as I got like 90 left of my big ones, and I think I got maybe 6 more of my small ones left to roast. So it's going to take some time. So I will just go ahead and bring you back when I am ready to can. Okay, so I'm back and I have all of my available pots filled with puree. So there's just one. Then I got my 12-quart pot filled up. I got my canner over here on the stove coming up to temp, and I have vinegar in there to help keep my jars clean of sediment. And I'm going to fill the jars up to about 1/2 inch of headspace. So I'm going to fill these a little more than I normally do. I think I overfilled that jar. Okay, so I had to go and get a skewer to kind of help to bubble this just a little bit. And that's around the headspace I'm going for. I still have to wipe the rim off of the jar, but I've decided to just fill it to my normal spot. I'm going to grab a paper towel and grab my vinegar, and I'm going to wet my paper towel with the vinegar and just wipe the rims of my jars I'm going to go ahead and put a flat on each one. Then a band on each one. These are going to be tightened down just like anything else. And I am putting those in my canner. And I'm going to go ahead and continue to fill these up. And I am going to go ahead and switch from using that ladle to a regular spoon. That ladle was just too cumbersome. I'm going to go ahead and take my spoon and take some extra out of the jars. And go ahead and debubble these to get these put in. And since those kind of went down, I'm going to go ahead and put a little extra in back into each jar. I'm going to wipe the rims of these. And this is just rinse and repeat. That one had a little on the rim of the jar, so I'm going to this is just rinse and repeat. I'm going to go ahead and just pause this and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. My canner's full. I got all 20 jars in. So I'm going to go ahead and put my lid on. Maybe. And I'm going to pause this and get this on. 10 fit perfectly on a layer, but if I put 10 on the top, the lid sometimes does not like to work or twist on properly. So you kind of have to just adjust the jars until they fit perfectly. But I got my lid on. This needs to come up to a boil, and this red safety needs to pop up. When that pops up, I'll start a timer for 10 minutes to let this vent any air out. And then once that happens, I'll go ahead and switch this dial here, which they act as weights. I will switch that to 2 for my elevation, and I'm going to can these for 1 hour. So you'll need to adjust your pressure to your altitude. So with that being said, I will go ahead and just wrap this video up. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and smash that like button. If you enjoy the content I'm putting out, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. And as always, thank you for coming along with me on this journey of mine.